C Squared Collective, and welcome to the third episode in our series, Fall into QuickBooks. Today, we will be taking a look at the new banking features and the new view, giving you a tour of how you can continue to put in all of your transactions with confidence, as well as set up the new AI features to work best for you. If this is your first time joining us, welcome on in. Each episode is designed to stand alone and give you practical tips on the main topic. But if you would like to explore more, check out the rest of the series linked in the description below. Just like the seasons, QuickBooks Online is changing. Some of these updates have been slowly rolling out over the summer, but by the end of September, so about the time that we're posting this, all users are moving over to the new interface and banking features. We know that change, especially in technology, can feel very overwhelming. That is why we've created this series to help you set aside the stress and step confidently into making smart financial decisions with QuickBooks Online. Each week, we will share a clear step-by-step tutorial on the new interface so that you can get the most out of your tools. Just a little disclaimer, keep in mind that QuickBooks may continue to make small adjustments as feedback is received. Also, different QuickBooks subscriptions come with different features, so our dashboard may not look exactly the same. Even though this series will continue to give you helpful tips no matter what version you're using. As always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments below or reach out to us directly at connect@c2accounting.net to schedule one-on-one support. So grab your beverage. Today I have a pumpkin latte, and let's get started. Let's dive into the new banking view in QuickBooks Online. You can get to your banking transactions by navigating to the My Apps area and selecting the Accounting app. Once you are here, you can click on Banking Transactions to get back to your normal bank flow. Across the top, you will see all of your accounts are listed, which has not changed from the classic view. What has changed, however, are these three tabs here. For review, in the classic version, is now called Pending. The Categorized is now Posted, meaning the transaction has already been posted into QuickBooks, and Excluded remains the same. The top bar here with information is much of the same with your search functions and filter options, pages, print, export, and settings. We will discuss more about settings at the end of our tour, but let's review what QuickBooks has already automatically set up for us to use first. Let's start with the Pending tab, which is where you will be doing the majority of your work. However, this view and explanation of it will be the same across the Posted and Excluded tabs. Now, this is a little bit of a difference from the classic view, so let's get into it. The first four columns have been slightly rearranged, and I like to think of them as showing the real information that came directly from your bank. The first is the date that the transaction was posted that came through, the bank description, so this is the information directly from your bank, the amount spent, or the amount received. The next two columns give you additional information that you may need when posting a transaction. Here is the paperclip or the attachments area. There will be a plus sign here if nothing is attached, and there will be a number here, can be a little faint, which is a link to tell you how many attachments are currently attached. This can include attachments sent from your bank, files that are automatically matched from the receipt function, which we will cover in the next video, or documents that you've uploaded yourself. You can simply click the plus button, upload a receipt or a file, and it will remain attached to the transaction. There's also the comment box here. This is a new feature for Essentials Plus and Advanced subscriptions that lets you ask a teammate for clarification, request a receipt, or leave a note about what the transaction was for. Since this comments feature is brand new, let's pause here and explore for a bit. If I click this button, I can ask a question. QuickBooks will autofill some options, or you can simply type and click submit. When A request is made, QuickBooks shows it here, and also sends an email alert to whoever you've set up to receive them. For example, if my office manager or accountant is posting the transactions but needs clarification or a missing receipt, they can add a comment. I, as the business owner, will then get both a notification here and an email. QuickBooks has also added a new Request for Info tab with two views. There's the Request view. This is where you can manage questions that you have sent. You can add more details, delete a request if you've resolved it elsewhere, or mark it complete using the drop-down. Across the top, you'll see filters for In Progress, Completed, and All. There's also a Send Request button to email someone the link to QuickBooks Secure Portal, even though they are not a user. For example, you could send it to an employee who just needs to upload a few receipts. If you prefer Slack or other communication tool, you can copy the secure link instead of sending an email. Now let's go into the Replies view. This is where you will see incoming questions. They're organized by new, in progress, which means someone has acknowledged or partially replied, completed, and all. From here, you can use the AI guess, type your own response, and upload attachments. If QuickBooks thinks that more clarification is needed, it will ask. Once marked completed, the attachments and comments automatically link back to the bank feed. If you do not want to use this feature, you can always customize the view and turn it off, which we will get to at the end of this tour. Let's head back to the bank feed. So, a quick reminder, the first 4 columns are direct bank data. The next 2 are additional info that you may need to post the transaction. Now, the final 2 columns are what you use to actively post it. This is your editable information where you do your work. QuickBooks integrated AI features, which are marked by this diamond star symbol, will suggest categories or matches based on your history. Remember, this is predictive, not final. You'll often need to review or double check that things are set up properly. If the AI suggests the correct vendor or customer and the correct category, you can leave it as is and simply click Post. If it needs adjusting, you can use these drop-down menus to change the category or select a new vendor or customer. Now, this toggle switch between categorize and match can get a little confusing. I like to think of it as a way to set your goal. You're going to categorize if you do not already have the information in QuickBooks about the transaction and you are filling it in on the go. You're going to use match if you already have a bill, expense, invoice, or sales receipt in the system. QuickBooks will suggest possible matches and you can confirm the correct one. We will be going over matches more in our next video, so stay tuned. Next to post, you'll also see this little drop-down arrow that has more tools. There is split for dividing a transaction into multiple categories, rule for recurring transactions that always look the same. We'll cover this more in our next video. Categorization history to dive more into what categories you may have used in the past for this vendor. Exclude for removing transactions, but use caution. If the transaction really did come through your bank account, you should not exclude it, since this will affect reconciliation. To split a transaction, you will click the split button, and it'll bring up all of the information as well as QuickBooks AI suggested category and customer. You can change whatever you need to, split the transaction to reflect the amounts in the specific categories you want to put them to, and click Post. If you need more detail on the transaction, just click the row to expand it. In this area, you can change the transaction type, add a customer or project, add classes or locations if either of those are enabled, see more of the bank description in the memo field, or you can type your own notes, Review categorization history for that vendor or customer to if you can't quite remember what category you've put it to in the past, and view more details about the AI suggestions. You can also upload files or use the same split, create rule, or exclude options that you would from the drop-down menu. If you are confident in the AI suggestions or your rules are set up correctly, you can work faster with bulk posting. To do this, select multiple transactions using the checkboxes all the way on the left and then click Post. If several transactions share the same vendor, customer, or account, select them and then use the Edit button to apply that info in bulk. If you are short on time and still have pending items, you can also select multiple transactions and choose Request More Info. Just note that the same request will be sent for all of those transactions. Now that we have looked over the new bank transaction feed, let's see how we can customize it. Just like in the classic view, you can adjust which columns are visible. For example, if you don't want to see attachments or requests in your main feed, you can simply turn those off. If your business works with customers and you'd like to track expenses by customers, you can add that column. If you have classes enabled, you'll see that option here as well. There is also a toggle to let QuickBooks automatically add new vendors using AI if you would like that too. Beyond that, you can explore additional preferences like grouping transactions by selected column type, displaying more of a bank's description, or even adding the alternating row colors to make the feed easier to read. That concludes our brief overview of the new banking transactions feed. Next time, we will be diving more into some of those mentioned features, such as the receipt function, setting up rules, and matching transactions. So make sure to subscribe to come back for that. Leave a like if this was helpful to you. If you have any questions or you have an area of this that you want us to go more in depth to, please leave a comment down below so that we can help you out. If you want to see more content like this, consider checking out our other socials. I've included those links and the link to our website in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, keep learning so that you can be rooted in wisdom and grow with care.